Hello guys, and welcome to the Music Empire. And in today's lesson, we are coming to take a look at something very interesting that goes on at church and also in gospel programs. Okay, and what I'm talking about is how to play behind a worshiper or a singer during an exhortation before the worship itself begins. So an exhortation here is sort of an introduction to usher the congregation or the members into the worship. So it is normally done before a song is raised by the worshiper or by the singer. Okay, so during this time, we the keyboard players also partake in this atmosphere by providing them with a background. Okay, we'll be in the key of C. So exhortation normally begins with thanksgiving, or the worship leader makes the congregation realize or acknowledges the goodness and mercies of God in their lives for His protection. It's mostly followed also by scriptures and speaking of the language of the Spirit. See, so all these things are done to activate the spirit of the members. And also, even the worshiper, him or herself. See, and here is where we also provide a background. So that is what we are coming to take a look at today. So now, what do we do? Now, I have just one simple rule for you if you are watching me on how to go about this exhortation aspects of worship or adoration, and that is stay on your one. That's the golden rule I'll give you. Stay on your one. So as we are in the key of C, now let's take a look at the major scale of C. C is our 1, D is our 2, E is our 3, F is our 4, G is our 5, A is our 6, B is our 7, and then back to the 1 again, right? Yes, so the golden rule, as I said, is to stay on the 1. All the expressions that you do will still be in the 1. So that when the singer finishes and the singer wants to raise a song, the singer will start on that key, because you will agree with me that most songs start on the 1, right? Or on your do, if you are into tonic sophas, right? Yes. So it's very simple. We are just coming to express ourselves in the key of C. So when I say stay on the 1, it doesn't mean just play the 1 triad and then be like this, and then just stay on the 1 and then wait for the singer to finish giving his or her exhortation before you play something. No, it's very boring. You don't have to do this, but rather there are some very simple and special chords that we use during exhortation to spice up the atmosphere, make the atmosphere feel heavenly. Okay, so these are some of the chords I'm coming to share with you now. The first chord is obviously your triad, right? So then the second chord I want to show you that you can use for your exhortation is this chord. Now this is, if you take a look at this carefully, this is an F minor chord that has been inverted. So this is the first inversion of the F minor. Okay. So this is like a 4 minor, right, over the 1, because F is our 4, right? So a 4 minor over the 1. But I like playing the first inversion. Okay. So stay on a 1, and then you give yourself some timing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You see? Then the singer begins to give his or her exhortation, maybe by blessing the name of the Lord, or encouraging the congregation to bless the name of the Lord, making them reflect on God's goodness in their lives, and then elaborating more on His mercies. Okay, you can just stay on this, just these 2 chords. Now, one wonderful thing you can do with these two chords is to invert them. The moment you invert them, you get different sounds. So take a look at this. See, it's changing, right? Yeah, so play around with the inversions. Then you can come here. See, I'm just playing the 1 and the 4 minor. That's all. Yeah, now let me show you another chord that you can add to these two chords. And that is this chord. Now, this is like an F minor chord with the 6th added. Okay, so it's very simple to construct. It's your 4, and then this is what? The flat 6 in the key of C, right? So 4 flat 6 and then 2. Remember, we are in the key of C, not in the key of F. We are using the chords of the 4, which is the F, to play, but we are in the key of C. So the next chord I'm showing you is this chord. Okay, so let's see how we can blend it with what we just did. So you can choose to alternate between the chords. Okay, so you can start on your 1 as usual. Then you go to your 4 minor. You know this chord already. Then they come back to the 1. They come to, see, come back to that F minor 6 chord. Then you can go to the same chord again. Then a very smooth, a very simple and sweet atmosphere. Now I believe by now the congregation is expressing themselves in tongues. Okay. Now the advantage of playing on the 1 is that the other instrumentalists in the band can easily follow you. Okay, so if on the 1, the bass guitarist will hold the 1, make it heavier for you, and then the lead guitarist, if there's a lead guitarist, is able to solo around the 1 and the chords that you are playing, because it's all still on the 1. He's able to solo around it, right? And then sometimes the drummer can give you a timing, can make noise with the cymbals. Okay, but imagine the singer starts speaking, you don't communicate with your band, then you start, I don't even know how to start. You start playing random stuff like let me see. Now this is sweet, right? I'm playing something nice and sweet, but how can my band understand what I'm doing? I'm doing my own thing myself. So I will encourage you to play like this. If you are alone with the singer, then you're able to express yourself by combining the progressions. But that one too, you have to be very attentive. So the moment you realize that the singer is about to finish her exhortation and then start with a song, you resolve on your 1. So let's say you are doing. Now I've noticed that the singer is coming down. Then you stay on the 1. Then you wait. Then the singer will start, right? Then you go. Okay. Otherwise, if I'm with a band, I will advise you to stay on the 1, so that they will all stay on the 1. So that if the bass guitarist wants to do a run, he will do a run that is around the 1. What you are playing is around the 1. What everybody is doing is on the 1, so that you all move in unison. Okay. So we have learned 3 chords. I've learned 3 chords so far. Now let's take a look at one last chord. Okay, it's a very beautiful chord. Now this is what a D major chord, or the 2 major over the 1. Okay, it's a D major chord over the 1. Yeah, and it works perfectly. So now let's see how we can play around with this. So as usual, we will start on our 1. This is our second chord. And then back to the 1. See? So what did I just do right now? I went to the D major, then to our F minor 7, and then to the 1. You see? So I'm now mixing it, but I'm mixing them in other. So now, have you noticed that I changed the pattern? But it wasn't wrong. It sounded nice. It sounded sweet. That's one mysterious thing about these chords. Okay, that's one good thing about these chords. It's like no matter how you mix them, they all sound nice and sweet. So I can even start from here. Here, I came to the D major and I went to the F minor. So far as you play like this, nobody will get confused in your band. Okay, very good. Now let's look at one last chord, which means we have what 5 chords that we can use for exhortation. Exhortation itself is not a song, but I'll come to that one later. The last chord we want to take a look at is the suspended chord. A sus2 chord, or a sus4 chord. So I can play a G sus4 over the C, which is my 1, or a C sus2 over the C. Okay, and I can combine both. Okay, I can combine both. So you see, I have G here, and I have G here, and I have C and D in the middle over the C. So I can again mix them anyhow. It will all become nice. So I can start with even the suspended chord itself instead of the major chord. I can start with the suspended chord itself by okay. So which chord should I go again? Suspended again. Let me go to suspended again. Then I can invert it, you see. Now this is a major chord, right? You can see that whether you are a beginner or an intermediate or even an advanced player, you can learn from this lesson because it's very easy, but it's very insightful as well. Now in this next part, this is what you want to do. We can form very simple, let me say, patterns still on the 1 using a very nice melody. So I can give you a melody right now that goes like, sorry, okay, so it's on the 5, 3, 1, 2. Now let's play this melody all on the 1, just the melody notes. So sound that nice, but let's attach So I can even start by applying drop 2s here. So see, I've created a pattern in the progression, right? So let's take a look at this. So it's 1, then I drop 2. Okay. So you see, this bass note is supposed to be here, and I've brought it here, right? I've brought it to my left side, but it's actually still on the 1. So you play a 1, then. What I like doing is this. So I believe you'll be able to learn how to do it. So from my ring finger to my pinky finger, I play the F note with my ring finger, then to the G note with my pinky finger, but very fast. See? So get used to this pattern, this melody. I don't know this style. So then to our D, to our F minus it, and then to the 1. Then we put it again. Then come to our F minor. Then so you know how we do our things on this channel. We don't do one thing and then stick to one key. We transfer it to the rest of the keys, and this is very important. So these chords are even very simple, just 5 chords. Go to C sharp, transfer these same chords to the key of C sharp, and then you even explore different sounds in C sharp, because C sharp is a different key. So if it is not in your habit to transfer a song or a progression to other keys, then make it your habit, please. Okay. Now the last thing I want to talk about exhortation is sometimes the singer may give you a song, okay, and if the singer gives you a song, then you have to play that song. Like okay, so now I'm going to play this one in C sharp. So I believe you know those I can play. You deserve the glory. I think it's on this channel, so you can check it out. I played it in the key of B. That's the original key, but for the sake of this lesson, I'm doing this in C sharp. Okay, so if a singer gives you a song like this, and he or she wants it as a background whilst giving the exhortation, what do? There's not a time for you to play the entire song, because you may get to the middle and then the person might be finished with the exhortation. Who knows? So it's very advisable to pick a very prominent part of the song and then play it as a band or play it by yourself. So for a song like this, I'll just pick the chorus, which is the U average part. So Now, this is how I'll do it. I will study the mood of the singer first. Okay, study the mood of the singer. If the singer wants you to go with the band, go with the band. If the singer wants it very fast, go very fast. If the singer wants it slowly and coolly, do it coolly. It's not about you. You are not doing your own show there. You are accompanying somebody. So you listen to the person, then you pay attention to what the person wants. And also during exhortations, don't get too much carried into the exhortation that you don't even look at your singer. That's one mistake a lot of instrumentalists do. By the time they realize the singer is giving them a signal that I'm about to start or calm down, then they can't hear anything because they are so much soaked into what they are doing. So this is the last piece of advice I'll give you for exhortation. In the next video about exhortation, we will do practical demonstrations where someone will be praying and I'll be doing the background with the chords that we have learned, both the slow one and then with a rhythm or with the drums partaking in it. Then maybe you get the full understanding. So before then, make sure that you learn all these chords, these 5 chords. Practice them, play around with them like how I was doing. Take it to the other keys. Please take it to the other keys.
You look past my sin, my guilt, my shame, for your love. You look beyond me, oh. You look beyond me, oh. You look past my sin, my guilt, my shame. You poured your love.